What's up everybody, it's Sean here and I am back today to give you a review of the Above the Clouds collaboration with Asics on the GT-2160 in the cream and chocolate brown colorway. This is the latest collaboration between Australian-based boutique Above the Clouds with Asics. And once again they've released their take on the GT-2160, which is one of Asics' most popular lifestyle silhouettes right now. So the GT-2160 originally released in I believe 2011 and it was released as a budget running shoe. But fast forward 13 years later, and nowadays it's extremely popular as one of those everyday casual use sneakers. So Asics and Above the Clouds previously released pretty much the exact same shoe, but instead of brown, they released it in the green colorway. So I also reviewed that colorway on my channel before, and in many respects, this shoe is pretty much identical to that one. However, you'll notice throughout this review that there's no actual Above the Clouds branding on this shoe, and it comes in a normal brown Asics box. So I was curious why the original green colorway had more of a collaborative feel, whereas this one felt more just like an exclusive colorway. And according to them, coming straight from the source, they said that because of the success of the green colorway, there was a shorter lead time in releasing this follow-up pair, so it sat outside of Asics' regular collaboration calendar. So long story short, due to timing constraints, they weren't able to get that co-branding on the shoe and the box. So these released on July 27th for $150 US or $200 here in Canada. And like I mentioned, the colorway for this shoe is cream and chocolate brown. So like I just mentioned, this pair unfortunately does not come with that same special edition green based box that the first green colorway came with. So instead, we have your normal brown colored natural cardboard box with Asics branding on all sides. As far as the shoe goes, so jumping right into it, on the toe box, definitely the most interesting and unique part about this shoe is this translucent mesh layer, meaning the type of socks that you wear is going to be visible. Right above this, we have this textured silver synthetic layer with this pink colored Asics logo. And then overlaid on both sides of the toe box, we have more of that silver material, but we have this reflective layer on the medial edge in pink. Surrounding the front toe cap, we have this synthetic textured brown colored leather, which almost has like a snakeskin texture to it, and it has this cream colored detailing found throughout. And the same textured brown leather covers the bottom two eyelets. Next to this, we have more of that textured silver colored leather, and then the top three eyelets are again covered in that textured brown synthetic leather. Beneath this, on the mid panel, we have more of that translucent mesh, and then overlaid on top of this, we have the signature Asics stripes, which is done in a mix of cream, silver, and brown. Covering the top portion of the ankle collar area, we have this open style mesh, and this is done in the sail color with this black colored backing beneath this. And then covering the heel of the sneaker, we have another layer of this synthetic leather. On the lateral side, we have GT-2160 branding, and then beneath this, we have more of that open style mesh. On the bottom of the heel, we have a translucent light brown TPU layer, and then above this, we have this 3D or puffy gel branding, and then on the top of the heel, we have a tan colored mesh, along with another reflective layer done in pink. In terms of laces, so this pair only comes with one lace option, and they're an oval shaped lace done in this tan color. Underneath this, the tongue is covered in that same open style mesh that we saw covering the sides of the shoe. Towards the top, we have this tan colored tab, which helps to hold the laces in place. And then on the top of the tongue, this is covered in a beige colored mesh, and then we have the semicircle puffy layer on the top of the tongue with Asics branding done in pink. The back of the tongue and the interior liner of the shoe, this is covered in a brown colored mesh. And then for the insoles, these come with a pretty well padded Ortholite branded foam insole. It's covered in a coral or pinkish tone mesh on top, and we have Asics branding pressed onto the heel. Again, it doesn't have Above the Clouds branding on it. So the upper of the GT-2160 sits atop this chunky EVA foam midsole, which is painted in white. And then encapsulated within this midsole, we have Asics gel technology, which is visible on the lateral heel as well as on the center of the heel too. And I don't know about you guys, but the heel of this shoe really reminded me of jelly-filled cookies that I used to eat when I was a kid. The one that has that circular jelly right in the center. That's what the gel on this shoe really reminded me of. Anyways, getting back on track, so the outsole of the shoe, this is constructed out of 2 tones of rubber, and it's your typical GT-2160 traction pattern. And then in between the rubber of the forefoot and the heel, we have a cream colored TPU shank plate, which is what Asics calls their truss stick technology, and this is there to help with torsional rigidity, midfoot support, and to help prevent the shoe from twisting when you're walking or running. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair. And for those wondering about how these fit, to me these fit like most of my GT-2160s, so I'd recommend going true to size. My foot measures as a true size 10, slightly on the wider side. I got these in my size 10 and they fit me perfectly. There's just over an index finger's width space between the top of the shoe and the top of my toe. And when I'm wearing this, you can't see the edge of my toe peeping through this translucent layer, which to me means that it fits. So whatever size you normally wear for the GT-2160, I'd go with that same size for this pair. And again, if you've never worn this model before, I feel like for most people, unless you have a super wide foot, just go true to size and it should be fine. Moving on to the comfort of this shoe. So overall, the GT-2160, in my opinion, is a bit more of a firm feeling sneaker. It feels a bit more supportive as opposed to being overly cushioned. So if you're expecting a shoe that's extremely soft and pillowy, then this is not the silhouette for you. But in its own way, it is very comfortable in that there's some level of squishiness, but for the most part, you feel a lot of support underfoot. So this is definitely one of those silhouettes that I can consider one of my daily sneakers, and I'll have no problems wearing these for the entire day. Finally, in terms of the quality and craftsmanship, so first off, the material quality unfortunately was not the best. I'd say that it's your typical GT-2160 quality in that it's pretty much just all synthetic materials. So there are no genuine leathers or anything like that on this shoe, but that's kind of expected because for the most part, most GT-2160 that I've bought at least are fully synthetic on the upper. But on the positive note, I thought the build of the shoe was perfectly fine. I thought the stitch job was good, the panels were consistent between my left and right feet, and it was pretty much free of any glue stains, maybe some minor issues along the midsole, but really nothing that caught my eye. So with all of that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet, I'll lace them up, and I'll show you guys how these look. Above the Clouds and Asics took the exact same formula, but gave us this follow-up colorway which I think really works. This is definitely going to be a hot take, considering OGs are usually more popular, but I actually think this brown colorway might be a bit better looking than the original green. Maybe it's just because I have so many green-based sneakers, and not only just within Asics, but even when I consider my New Balance collection, and across all brands for that matter, I just realized I have so many green shoes, and I feel like the brown on this shoe is a bit more of a refreshing change. Clearly there's no right or wrong answer, both colorways are absolutely fire, but there's just something about this brown colorway with these cream and red hits. It gives it more of a almost earthy feel, and it almost reminds me of like a bacon colorway, if you will. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about this Above the Clouds and Asics GT-2160 in this cream and chocolate brown colorway? Between this one and the original green, which of the two do you guys prefer? And for anyone watching, did you pick these up on the release date? Are you maybe waiting for these to go on sale down the road, or you were just not feeling the shoe or the colorway and it was a pass for you? As usual, if you guys enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on X at sean.go spelled out, and visit my website at seango.ca. So thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review and hopefully it helped you in some way, and I'll catch all of you in my next video.